All right, folks, we're back for another one. Today we are kicking off the week with some hamstrings and glutes. Now, the big focus this year has been not just my chest, but also the legs, prioritizing the adductors as well as the hamstrings, and of course the glutes as well. So right now we're having 2 leg days a week, today being push A or leg A. Again, hamstrings, glutes, calves, adductors, all right? And we'll come back 2-3 days later, we'll hit quads then. But again, the focus today will just strictly be hamstrings, going through all the hamstring movements. We're roughly just about 8 weeks out, guys. I'm not gonna lie, it's starting to really show and really feel a lot more tired, a lot more drained throughout the day. I'm noticing the changes in the gym as far as poundage is being a lot heavier now. But again, this comes with the territory. Been checking in with my coach now every single day. We just made 2 big changes this past week, lowering the food a lot more to really start bringing in that conditioning, but at the same time making sure that their productivity in the gym is still at the utmost. So giving our all in all bases, sticking to the cardio hard, dieting hard, and of course coming in here and getting it done every single day, guys. So hamstrings, glutes going down for you guys today. So subscribe, like, comment, and enjoy the video. Gotta hit these calves. I have some of the worst calves ever. So for me, calves have been always priority with all my leg training, usually first thing first. So I always believe that when you have the most energy, right, when you first walk into the gym, you want to hit those weaker areas first. Calves, of course, are the areas that I'm sure not just myself, but many of us lack and hate training. I notice a lot of people like to train them at the end of the workout, but I always believe that when you go through a full leg day, whether it be hamstrings, quads, and if you really give 100%, how can you turn around and give 100% to your calves? Now, I truly believe that if you have weak calves, then yes, train them in the beginning. But some people genetically have freaky calves, so they can get away with training them later in the day or later in the program, or if at all. I know a lot of guys who don't train calves at all, so definitely listen to a little tip. If you got weak calves, hit them first in your leg days. And I believe in training them multiple times per week. I'm training calves anywhere between 2 to 3 times per week, different exercises, rep ranges, whatever the case may be, just to get them to improve. Okay, let's go. Whip. Woo, shit. Definitely want to make sure you stretch them as well after the workout. But also the big key when training them is to make sure not only do you get a big contraction, but also a big stretch at the bottom. Okay. All right, so moving on to adductors. Again, like I said, for the calves, the weaker areas, you always want to make sure you hit first earlier in the workout if you can. And adductors has obviously been an area that many of us have been trying to, when they say, I feel that gap in. That gap is when you hit a front double bicep, front lat spread, rear double bicep, whatever the case may be. You got that gap in between your legs. You want to avoid that. You want to try to fill that gap in as much as possible because that makes the whole leg look absolutely complete. So Okay. Okay. Okay, come on. Okay. Oh yeah. I thought that might be the last one, but that 12 was pretty decent. Now I wouldn't say easy, but decent. But again, I wanted a little bit more of a challenge, so we're gonna go ahead and up the weight, go for one more set. Set. Come on. Fuck. Woo. I got so moving into the first movement for hamstrings is going to be seated leg curls here on the ham tractor. And yes, as you can see, I've got two ham tractors, okay? One is belt driven, which is this one, and that one is cable driven. Very, very similar but different. Both feel amazing. How do I choose between the two? Whatever I'm feeling that day. If I'm feeling like going with the green one, I go with the green one. If I feel like going with the black one, I go with the black one. And for those who might ask, no, I don't want to sell one of the two, so don't ask. Hands down, ham tractor, in my opinion, is the GOAT when it comes to seated hamstring machines. Hands down. There's some other good ones out there for sure, like the Cybex seated leg curl. But personally for me, and I truly believe this one will always go down as the best ever hamstring curl in the world. And that's why they're so hard to find, because people that have them will never let them go because of that reason. And I was lucky enough to get my hands on both of these. And I absolutely love both of them. And that's kind of one of the reasons why, like, I don't plan to ever open this personal gym to the public, simply because of how rare some of these pieces are, like the two ham tractors. So if someone comes in here and, you know, breaks one of my ham tractors or breaks any other one of my older pieces, I just can't go out and replace it. They're hard to find pieces, guys. So that's one of the reasons why I'm a stickler and, like, don't want to open to the public for that very reason, because people just don't care and people don't treat equipment the right way. And I refuse to let anyone come in here and destroy what I've built and pretty much, you know, blow my money simply because they want to be reckless. So, okay. Okay. Woo. Fuck. Woo. Oh. Oh. Man. Ah. Truthfully, those partials hurt worse than the actual set itself. You get to the pretty much your last rep you got, and then from there just partials. There's one thing I learned from John Meadows. Partial reps, man, they're still reps. They're extending that set, taking that past that failure point, essentially getting more blood into that area, pumping more blood into that area. So trust me, guys, it's the little things like that is what gonna lead to growth and improvements. All right, so just finished up a good set over there on seated leg curls. Now we're moving on to lying leg curls. Now generally I like to do this double leg, but I like to alternate every so often. So now we're gonna do a single leg here. And depending on how I feel, at the end of 2-3 sets of single leg, I may jump right into an actual double leg as well to kind of finish it up. So. Okay. All right, guys. So really quickly, unilateral work I think is awesome. I believe that doing these unilaterally, for example, this one today, one of two things. If you do two legs at one time, you always get that one leg that's a little bit more dominant than the other. So it may take away from the other leg getting that work done. But two, if you have one side of your body or one muscle that's, for example, bigger than the other, say one quad bigger than the other, or one lat's bigger than the other, or case may be, I believe doing unilateral work definitely helps bring up that weak area. It lets it focus, and hopefully over time will catch up to the stronger side. So I've always been an advocate of unilateral work when it comes to rows and things like that, any type of bicep work, hamstring work, things like that, just to make sure everything's even. So gonna move into this next set here. Come on. Okay. Okay. Whoa. All right, so two, 3 good sets right there, single leg. So we're gonna finish up with some double leg. Okay. Okay. Oh, whoa, shit. Wow. Oh man, my hamstrings are cooked. Oh wow. All right, that was successful. My hamstrings are super pumped right now. So what I'm gonna do is, the next movement would usually be an RDL for hamstrings, a little bit of glutes. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to hip thrust first, okay? I'm gonna start working on the glutes. Hip thrust, work a little bit of hamstrings as well, that tie in. But what that does is it's gonna give my hamstrings a little bit of a break. This way, once I'm done with hip thrust, I can go right to the RDLs, and then my hamstrings will be a little bit recovered, but also that's also gonna hit glutes as well with the RDLs. So hip thrusts, coming right up. All right, so if you don't have a glute or a hip thrust machine at your gym, go ahead and jump on either use a barbell with a pad, or the slip machine works great as well. So right now I don't have the hip thrust machine yet. It is coming soon. But for now, the slip machine definitely works wonders. So let's do this. Okay. Okay. Oh boy. So if you guys kind of notice with these, I take my time, really take my time with both the positive and the negative of this movement. And back in the old days, when I was, coming up and doing these, it was more like this. Now I'm a little bit older, a little bit wiser. Like I said, training a lot smarter now. Not realize now, but I'm just taking my time, more about refining, trying to really make sure I check the ego at the door, and just really feel the muscle work. So if that's 2 plays, 3 plays, whatever the case may be, so be it. No more ego lifting, too old for that. And so with these, I'm taking my time. Like I said, the negative and the positive. That was a good 12 reps there. I really felt that one. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump up to 3 1/4. Let's see how that feels. So the goal with that is 10 to 12. And if I'm able to get 12 pretty easily, like I said, if it doesn't challenge me, I'll go up for one more set to 4 plates. Okay. Oh, woo. All right, guys, so moving into RDL, stiff legs, whatever you guys want to call it. It's got a million different names, but you guys might be surprised to hear this. But other than the pitch shark, my other favorite way of doing RDLs would happen to be here on the free motion step. So I'm sure many of you guys or gals out there have this machine in your gym, and I'm sure many of you will probably walk past it from time to time. But I've been doing this for years now, and I felt for me, again, other than the Pit Shark version way of doing this, doing these with these cables have absolutely nailed that connection in both the hamstring as well as the glute ham tie-in, that whole posterior chain back there. So I'm gonna show you guys how I do it. It's phenomenal. It's just the connection and the tension I feel throughout the entire movement from top to bottom doesn't compare for me personally. So handles right to my side, right? I don't have them straight. I got them semi-neutral. Okay, cable's close to the legs, and again, coming down as it would any other RDL variation. Stretch. One. Perfect every time. Ooh. 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 Oh. 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 All right, let's go ahead and stack this bad boy out. 200 is the max. I wonder if I could gym pin this too. I probably could gym pin this. We'll see how this one goes first. I might be crazy enough to gym pin this bad boy. Might be the first person to ever gym pin a free motion machine. We'll see. Okay. Okay, here it is. Oh! Whew. That was a good set. I definitely can't gym pin this. I just realized the whole weight goes up. So, but that was a good set. I'll take that. Whew. Okay. Whew. All right, so gonna move in now to some sumo squats on the Pit Shark. So you notice the feet's a little bit wider, toes are pointed out, and I'm putting the stress back more so on the glutes and the hamstrings. So instead of me coming straight down and focusing more on quad, I'm gonna go back a little bit more and try to put the butt out, almost like a variation of RDL. But yes, I'm still gonna get a little bit of quads in there as well, but mainly what I'm focusing on here is that hamstring tie-in, that glute, that hamstring, and making sure to keep the legs nice and wide to get a little adductor as well. So, yep. Okay. All right. Right there, perfect. Oh, it's perfect. Ooh. pretty light, so go ahead and kick this up. It's about 2 more plates per side. There we go. Oh. Whew. Whoa. I think that's good for the day. What do you guys think? Think it's enough? I think it's enough. Whew. All right. My motto has always been start with calves, finish with calves. And that's what we're going to do. So beginning of the workout, we did standing. And here we're going to do some toe presses. So this is an awesome piece. Now, usually this side backs is pin loaded, but I was lucky enough to find this plate loaded for the very first time. I never even made a plate loaded version of the side backs toe press, but I found one. I absolutely loved it, and it's definitely one of my go-tos for sure. So just like the regular pin loaded, decide to load the plates back up here and stretch and breathe. Okay, that was super light. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a plate to this. Oh, fuck. Ah, it burns. Burns so good. Oh, shit. Yes. Oh, man. People, that's all she wrote, man. I'm absolutely cooked. But that was a great session. Hams, glutes, calves. Damn great session. Hit everything I wanted to hit. Felt strong today. This week's been rough. First couple workouts this week been rough, but today felt really good. I think the biggest change this morning was for the first time in a long time, I got a lot of sleep last night. It's funny, I don't know why. I was in bed by 9 o'clock last night, which is very rare because I'm usually not in bed till like 11, almost midnight, sometimes even later. But yeah, I got up, I got to bed around 9, and because my body wasn't used to that, I kept tossing and turning. I was up looking at the clock. But I was up this morning at 5:45, hit the cardio this morning, did some cardio and ab work this morning. That was it today because I knew I had legs today. Had a meal, showered, came here and finished up the workout. Again, hams, glutes, calves done today. We're going to finish up the day with some posing. Spend about 20, 30 minutes in the posing room, just going over mandatories, a little bit of freestyling some movements, and just trying to execute everything and make everything perfect, guys. So under 8 weeks out, guys. 8 weeks out. I can't believe we're there already. We're at that point where it's like we got less than 2 months before we're on stage again. Can't believe this year has flown by, but I'm very happy with the way things are looking, feeling, and it's only going to get better from here on out. So thank you guys for all the love, support, following on this journey. I know, I've been MIA for a couple months, but like I said, we're back. We're filming everything ourselves. I got someone I can rely and trust on solely to handle all the editing and get it back to me as soon as possible. I'm not going to say who the person is because I don't want you guys stealing my person. But they know who they are. I love you. And yeah, man, please subscribe to the channel, drop a like, drop a comment, and we'll keep this thing running, man. Till next time, guys.